Hey everyone, welcome to the video. While our other account did get RCs, we decided to go a bit different on this account. So this is an account that already got tanks, and instead of getting RCs, we decided to get troop health and art. So doing mainly rifle Zuka hits, maybe some grins mixed in, and now trying to save till 6 ER. But we'll show a few hits. So first we got this spread out 5 ER. It's like a shock blaster on the left side. And with art, you usually bard out one of two things, either the floaty or the shock blaster, whichever one's more of a pain. If it's on the left side, I usually like leaving it alone, and instead using art for that floaty. So kind of a split hit, taking half the troops on the right with Kavan, and the other half on the left. So one rifle, 2 Zooks. You can art the floaty. I think it's usually 4 or 5, just based on how much BH he has. Looks like we need one more. And then the left side will take a lot of rifles, so dealing with that shock blaster. Sometimes you can get unlucky with that mortar, but you can always second wind on that side. That mortar on the left can be annoying for a split, that's why we're going to send a flare first, and before we even touch the left side. And that flare is really important to keep everyone in a good spot. Arting out the pack of 2 mines, sometimes you can take out Zooks, ults with those. And on the left it's really just delaying rifles, whenever the first spell is almost up there. And the rest of the GB now just in second wind. Taking so many rifles on the left means you can usually overpower the shock blaster. And sometimes gets a bit dicey up top. There's not a lot of rifles left, so really need GB for that second win. But I think we'll get it soon enough. And do one more. Usually these 2 ERs fall around the same time, and you can do a flare bottom and onto the last ER. That's really to avoid the machine gun and some mines. We wait till rifles get up in front and we can just flare the ER. Most 5s will aim for around 210, 215. I think it just depends on the base. And we'll see if it's a win. Well, cool name, but we won that one. And check out the next hit. Here we got a more compact base, and been trying a cool new strat. This guy Scorcher in our Discord brought it up, and if you haven't joined, I think links in description. I think it's a good way to share strategies and questions about the season. But the idea is mixing in Zooks and Grens and just going from one side. So we'll go from the left side, dropping rifle Zooks around the same time. Grens are faster, so we want to delay them a bit. And sending a split flare so they go between both mortars. We have level 3 flare in this account, so might need one more. And the main thing about this hit is just doing good second wins. Not too early because you already have rifles. It's only when most of them are dying out. So as I start dying, you can do a second win. Not a ton of rifles on the right side, but you'll still take the machine gun down. And on this base, we weren't sure to bard the floaty or the shock blaster, but I think we decided with the floaty. Just helps avoid a bunch of rifles and Zooks dying at once. Here there weren't any rifles right side, so doing another flare. And just going through the base. Throwing a few arts there. And here is plenty of GB for second win. Just making sure there's always rifles up in front. And it's a good split. So getting Zooks on each side. Guess it's arguable how much Grens help, but I think do a solid amount. Again, for mines and getting at least a little damage on other buildings. Arting stuff on the top ER, just to make it a bit faster. And I think both ERs should die around the same time. So maybe pull around a 215. And the troop health also helps on these kind of hits. Just letting rifles, Zooks survive longer. I think the rifles is the biggest part. And looks like another win. But we'll move on to the next hit. Here we got a 22. Also spread out 5 ER. This time with a shock blaster on the right side. But I think we'll do the same hit as other 5 ER. Taking half the troops on the right side. Don't know if we need all those rifles on the left. I think last time we took 3. And this time we'll bar the shock blaster, because the floaty on the left is behind the ER. And hopefully the rifles tank for it. Dropping another rifle right side. And clearing those mines because if rifles die there, then Zooks are without a meat shield. Not sure if we needed a third boat on the right side. Could have been a little overkill. But we'll send that one flare and start dropping on the left. That mortar could be annoying, but we'll see if we're lucky. And again, just watching right side for more second wind. One more rifle on left side. Because when that mortar shoots its first shot, see, I think half the Zooks die. So maybe could have dropped them a little more to the right. But they should split down after that flame. And top side looking okay. One more second wind up top. And looking back, I think we should have brought another rifle on the bottom. Because they died out and I think we almost fizzled on the bottom. I got real lucky with that floaty out of range. So if it's in that spot again, then I think it's better to take an extra rifle, just to be safe. But that one Zook's gonna clutch at bottom ER and top one goes down too. We'll get around 214. I also like the space we're running. It's a little different, but we've been seeing a lot of fizzles on it. And we'll check out one last hit. So last one, we got a 6 ER. And I think it's a pretty common one. Though this doesn't have any snipers or even normal mines, a little easier. But I think we'll go from the left and try to get a good split. Maybe even hitting the base from both sides. That floaty on the left is annoying, so we can art it out. We'll do half the troops on the left first, blurring all the way up. And then drilling the other half for the middle ER. Killing that floaty. I think we'll send one more flare. Try to get a split between the ER and the mortar. And we can drop the other troops already, and so once the flare expires, they should go to the middle. And Kavan stays on the left side. It is an easier base without mines or snipers, but I've seen a lot of this layout at 6 ER. And just like other hits, we'll just do a second wind once we need the rifles. I think the right side might die out, so we'll do a reflare. Because the buildings on the right, we don't really need to clear. It's just these 3 ERs and then the last one. Enough rifles for that shock blaster, and just clearing through the base. And get rid of a shock mine on the right, just for that Hail Mary at the end. And I think once that machine gun goes down, we can just go for it. Have enough rifles, we don't need to worry about that flame. And it looks like he's fast too. So we'll see what time we both get. Clearing last ER. Maybe should have done the extra flare and not another art. Either the Zooks are killing buildings now. But we'll get a 215 and see what he did. Looks like also fast time, 206, and take that win. Now when we go back looking at our tech tree, again, think we'll be saving for 6 ER. Looks like 3 more chests. I think it's good enough to go right away, and maybe go for rockets and shock launches first. I was thinking HCs before, but having those long range defenses I think matter a lot more. And we'll see how the next few days play out. Might be a really dirty meta coming up, since we have all those defenses and still no shocks. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.